welcome everyone who are in the temple and who are online. We are going forward with our study of Shrimad Bhagwat Gita. We are on the fourth chapter, Jnana Karma Sannyas Yogo Nama Chaturtho Adhyayah. We are on the fourth chapter and we are almost at 3/4 of the adhyay. And we are on 27th shloka. Last time we looked at 26th shloka and we understood two words over there, Sanyamagni and Indriyagni. We are always told that, oh, you should control your senses, tyag karo, sanyam rakho. We are always told. We are told that you should control your senses, you should be, make sure that your senses are not carrying you away, you are not living an uncontrolled life and all that. But we have got multiple type of senses, we have got many type of senses. And each senses are working in different way. So when we are told that you do not use your senses in a wrong way or you control your senses, how to control? To control anything, we need to understand it. What is it? How it is working? What are the control parameters for it? And then only we can control. हम सुनते हैं इंद्रियों को संयम में रखो, कैसे रखेंगे? So that is why the God explained, and last time we saw in the 24th and 25th shloka, how to keep a control on the senses, how to keep a control on the senses. So there are two types. One type of senses are not able to control. It doesn't have the control switch. उसको control switch नहीं है. It doesn't have the control switch. So what happens that and that is why the explanation was like ears. The sense for hearing, we cannot switch it off. If somebody is speaking, it will be coming in our ears. You cannot say that I will not listen, I will not hear this. It is not possible. It doesn't allow us to switch off the sense. That sense is like that. For example, hearing. For example, tongue for tasting. If something is coming in your ear, it will always come. You cannot control it. Yeah, you may stop the others outside world, but not your sense itself. And in the same way, there are other the tongue, for example. बड़े से बड़ा ज्ञानी होगा, उसको भी मिर्ची खिला दो, उसको भी तीखा ही लगेगा. वो भी जोर जोर से बोलेगा तीखा है पानी मांगेगा, चाहे कितना भी बड़ा ज्ञानी रहने दो. आदि शंकराचार्य को भी मिर्ची खिला देंगे तो उनको भी उतना ही तीखा लगेगा. टंग विल नॉट बी, उसको कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते आप, उसको आप स्विच ऑफ नहीं कर सकते कि सामने ज़्यादा तीखा है मैंने स्विच ऑफ कर दिया. यू कांट. सो वी अंडरस्टूड दैट फॉर दोज kind of senses which you cannot switch off, there is a Sanyamagni. Senses connecting to the outside world, which is Jnanendriya. So for those kind of senses, Sanyamagni. Sanyam rakho. Aata to rahega hi. There will be always attack coming from outside. There will be always that. बाहर से आता ही रहेगा. You can't filter it. But संयम रखो. When it is coming to you, वो जब आघात करता है आपके ऊपर, तो आप उसको आघात का वो न होने दो, उसका आघात न होने दो. People watch wrong kind of movies and all that, and all those things, and that is impacting. We say do not allow children to see violent movies. क्यों? उसके मन के ऊपर इफेक्ट होगी, उसके मन के ऊपर इफेक्ट होगी, इसके लिए मत करो. That is how it is. And then the other type of indriya is you can control. आप आँख को बंद कर सकते हो. आप खाने के लिए कुछ आएगा आपके सामने तो आप बोलेंगे मैं नहीं खाऊंगा. Then the samosa in the plate will not jump in your mouth. So it can be controlled. इंद्रिया को कंट्रोल करो बोलते हैं तो कैसे करेंगे? हाउ टू कंट्रोल? हम लोग हमेशा सुनते हैं हाँ इंद्रिया को कंट्रोल करो, इंद्रिय निग्रह. हाँ, इट इज़ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. In Gita we understood the shloka, nigraha kim karishyati. Nigraha kim karishyati. And on other hand we are telling that indriya nigraha. Indriya Prakriti will always jump back. Prakriti will always jump back. And that is why some schools of thoughts which are telling that, शरीर के ऊपर दमन से, दमन करो, इंद्रिय दमन. इंद्रिय का इतना दमन करो, इंद्रिय के ऊपर इतना आघात करो कि इंद्रिय कुंठित हो जाएगी. Well, number one part is Indriya is very strong. To make it Kunthit is really, really almost impossible. And second part is, with a Kunthit Indriya, for example, will it be a happy life for a common man? Common man के लिए वो क्या happy life रहेगी? इंद्रिय कुंठित हो गई तो आपकी जिंदगी का आनंद चला गया. मैं जबान को काट डालूंगा क्योंकि मुझे खाना बहुत पसंद होता है. फिर आप अगर ठीक है आप नहीं खाना खा सकेंगे मगर एंजॉय भी नहीं कर सकेंगे. यू कांट एंजॉय. सो इंद्रिय निग्रह एंड इंद्रिय दमन, देयर आर टू पार्ट, दिस आर टू डिफरेंट थिंग्स. उसको कंट्रोल करना, इसके लिए इंद्रियाग्नि. सो फॉर दोज सेंसेस वी शुड हैव ए इंद्रियाग्नि with the mind, with a strong intellect. You control it. And so why Agni? Because that Indriya will ask for it. Chahiye, chahiye. But with the mind you are telling, no, I am not going to give you. I am not going to smoke. अंदर से बोलेगा बॉडी चाहिए चाहिए, बट यू स्टॉप. और उससे जो पेन होगा उसको इंद्रिय अग्नि कहा गया. दिस इज व्हाट वी सॉ लास्ट टाइम. इंद्रिय कैसे कंट्रोल करेंगे उसका यहाँ on the 25th shloka, this is a meaning. This is a thing which we looked into last time. And now we have to go further on the 27th shloka. 25th and 26th shloka, and now we will going to 27th shloka. And on this 27th shloka, we were looking at that if I give one indriya, so let me chant the shloka first and we'll go into it. सर्वाणीन्द्रिय कर्माणि प्राण कर्माणि चापरे आत्मसंयम योगाग्नौ जुह्यति ज्ञान दीपिते. सर्वांद्रिय कर्माणि, all the indriyas and all the karmas, all the actions, all the functions of the life. Prana karmani, all the functions of the life. What is done? Atma Sanyama Yogagno. One who is Atma Sanyama Yogi, one who is people give the Atma Sanyam to the Yagya, and by doing that, Juyati Jnana Dipite, with the knowledge, they gave the whole Atma Sanyam. This is the meaning. In Hindi, it will be Divya Gyan se prerit hokar kuch yogi संयमित मन की अग्नि में अपनी समस्त इंद्रियों की क्रियाओं को और प्राण शक्ति को भस्म कर देते हैं. दिस इज द मीनिंग. व्हाट डज इट मीन एंड व्हाई इट इज रिक्वायर्ड? व्हाई ए सेपरेट श्लोका इज रिक्वायर्ड व्हेन द गॉड ऑलरेडी टॉक्ड अबाउट द इंद्रिय? व्हाई दिस श्लोक? आत्म संयम. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस दैट whenever there is a indriya, whenever there is a one indriya we are trying to control. Say for example, we like eating too much. So you will say that, okay, I will control, I will do the diet. Okay. And you can do the diet. Say for example, you are really convinced you can do the diet. You are doing dieting. But have you seen that people who are doing dieting are sometimes, they are not with the stable mind, they are angry or they are depressed. These are the side effects. When you try to push indriya daman, when you try to do that, one indriya, the other sense will jump. We know that a person who is blind has got a very good hearing. Why? Because his one indriya, the eyes have stopped. So sensing the world by the eye is not possible. And that is why the hearing part of that blind person has gone very high. Indriya ऐसी है, they work individually, but they also work collectively. आप एक को दमन करेंगे, दूसरी ज़्यादा जोर से मारेगी. दूसरी ज़्यादा जोर से मारेगी. टीम में काम करती है. इंद्रियज वर्क इन टीम. एक को मारोगे दूसरी और जोर से बढ़ेगी, दूसरी को मारेगे तीसरी जोर से बढ़ेगी. वेरी डिफिकल्ट. दैट इज वाई इन द श्लोका द गॉड टोल्ड निग्रह किम करिष्यति. कैसे छोड़ोगे? कितना भी ज्ञान आ गया मगर गुलाब जामुन कैसा लगता है? पंडित जी को पूछो, स्वामी जी को, बड़े साधु हो गए, उसको पूछो, साधु जी गुलाब जामुन कैसा लगता है? बोलते हैं मीठा लगता है. कहाँ से आया? मेमोरी. मेमोरी में तो रहेगा ही, मेमोरी से बाहर निकलेगा नहीं. रहेगा इंद्रिय वेरी डिफिकल्ट. एंड दमन तो करना ही नहीं. दमन करेंगे तो इम्पॉसिबल है. दमन से जीतेंगे तो इंद्रिय छूट जाएगी और आनंद नहीं रहेगा जिंदगी का. और दमन में हारेंगे तो इंद्रिय और जंप करेगी और उल्टा आपको ज़्यादा खराब कर देगी. Yeah, you control that, you do have the dieting. मैं dieting करता हूँ 2 महीने से. I am doing dieting and I have reduced my weight by 10 pounds. Okay, now I have stopped dieting. What happened? It jumped to 15 pounds. Why? Because the same Indriya whom you control, who try to, daman for 2 months, has jumped back. It will ask for more. Yeah, it's like the child or a greedy man. If you are giving me free, give me 2. Like that. So it is very important that how we handle Indriya. So another method here it is told that with the Atma Sanyama and Agni of yoga, the person is giving the whole thing, sarva anindriya karmani, the everything, prana karmani, everything goes into the yajna by the Atma Sanyama. That is what it is. So now it is why number one is that if we control the Indriya one by one, they are going to support each other and they are going to jump back in one or the other way. That is a problem. That's a problem. So, how to handle? Atma Sanyama by restraining all of oneself and submitting to the cause. Oh, can we see that? Can we see it now in our regular life? Oh, definitely. Maybe in a simple way, in a smaller way, maybe temporarily, but we see it. Atma Sanyama. When a girl delivers the baby, माँ बन जाती है लड़की, बच्चा हो जाता है. Atma Sanyama. Temporarily, but a different cause, material world cause, but it is Atma Sanyama, yes, part of it. Yeah. खट्टा नहीं खाना है. She loves eating mango, कच्ची mango बहुत अच्छी लगती है. मगर अभी नहीं खाना. क्यों? बच्चे को बीमारी हो जाएगी. बच्चा बीमार. The infant will be sick if you eat some type of food. Okay, I will not eat it. It is not sanyam, it is compulsion, but it is, we try to understand in the normal material world. Atma Sanyama, खुद ही नहीं खाती है. किसी को कहने की जरूरत नहीं है. नहीं खाती है, अच्छा खाना खाती है, अच्छा हेल्थ रखती है. क्यों? The baby will be healthy. The baby will be healthy. Atma Sanyama. Example. Perfect, not perfect, but a material world example. So we see it. A sport person is doing, exercise and running and practicing. See, so one of the very important part here to remember, very important part, is that for any sanyama, there has to be a cause. That is why the whole yajna, remember what we are talking about is yajna. In yajna, there is a cause. So, a person can do sanyama only with the cause. If there is no cause, you cannot do it. It is impossible. So, here the sportsman is working hard for temporary purpose also, but he is keeping a sanyama, Atma Sanyama. I will not watch television during my exams. Examination time, this is a sanyam, example. Very small, but it is there. So, for the yogi, he is submitting all his actions and all his senses and prana energy to the Brahma by using what? The fire of knowledge. And hence they get detached from the material world. Because so, remember, this detachment is not by detaching of the senses. This detachment is by detaching through the knowledge. तो उनकी senses काम करेगी. Giving the same example again, even if there is a biggest yogi, you give him a gulab jamun, he will feel it sweet. वो खाएगा, उसको sweet लगेगी. उसको कुछ गलत नहीं लगेगा. मगर उसकी जो attachment है, उसका जो खींच है, उसकी जो connection है, वो उसको नहीं है. It is like you have a television in a very simple way, in a very normal material world. You have a television, you have got a LED television, you have got all the components in the television, receiving, displaying, transferring electrical energy into a visual. All those components will be there. But if you remove the plug, what will happen? The TV will not work. In the same way, if you disconnect the main plug, which is mind, if you control the mind to the knowledge, then the indriya will be stopping. It will work. It is there. If you put the plug in, it will work. But it will not hurt you. It will not harm you. It will not disturb you. And that is what is called as a Atma Sanyama. Atma Sanyama. Now, somebody says that no, I do one part and I am good in it. But problem is that you are good in one part, it doesn't mean that you are good in other part, number one. And second part, thing is, the other part will not disturb the first part. Is not guaranteed. Is not guaranteed. Yeah. There are so many examples for it. You know, sometimes people are serving. People are serving for social work. People are serving for various causes in the society. People say this is very good, very nice person, everything. But the internal improvement is not possible only through the Indriya Daman or Indriya control. That is why it is important. See, in Mahabharata, we know that during the Rajasuya Yajna of Yudhishthir, Krishna, Shri Krishna lifted, वो जूठे बर्तन उसने उठाए, उन्होंने जूठा पतराला उठाया, Krishna ने, even after being the most powerful person in the time, during his time, he lifted it. Why? Is it because of the Indriya Nagra? No, he is committed, the cause, the important part is the cause. If you are committed for the cause, Indriya Nigra and Atma Sanyam will be very easy. And that is why the word here, the Yoga Agni is very important there. If we are not connected with something, then we cannot execute it. It may be limited. The simple example of dieting or controlling the food. If I am not sure and not convinced that I should live a healthy life, if I am not convinced that some kind of food is not good for me, even if I control it through my diet plan, one day it will come back. Living smoking, one of the biggest one is smoking. People are smoking. People say, oh, I have left smoking 20 times. They cannot keep living smoking. They will have to, they go and smoking again. Why? Because they're convinced. The important part that Indriya is as an individual thing like a television, but if you pull the plug, it will not work. In the same way, if the mind is pulled out of the Indriya by the intellect, बुद्धि से अगर मन का प्लग खींच लिया जाए तो कोई भी इंद्रिय परेशान करेगी नहीं और आप एंजॉय कर सकोगे. There is a small story. There was a sadhu. This sadhu comes to a village, and in the village he told that, oh, I am going to stay in the temple, and I am going to do the prayers, and I am going to eat only the farar, the sabudana khichdi and all those potatoes and all that. He told them. People thought, oh wow, very big sadhu. See, he is only eating the farar part, so people come, people greet him, people say, very good, very good. People go put a garland on him. Then second week, he thought that, wow, okay, I will go more. So now he is telling that I am going to eat only, fruits and only the fruit juice and drink only water. People say, oh, he is more bigger tyagi. So more people come, the Ajubaju ke bhi jo gaon wale the, they also come. They say, oh, he's a big tyagi guy, and he's, they are praising him and all. So this sadhu is telling in the third week, now I am going to drink only water, nothing else. And people say, oh, he's a big tyagi, he's a big sadhu. Yeah, and what happened? People again start praising him, and the standard procedure, jinchik, everybody is praising. The standard, we know that. No need to explain that further. So that happened. Third week gone. Now people are telling, oh wow, this is a great, itne bade tyagi, itne bade indriya nigraha, indriya control, kitna hai unka. So one day after the third week, another sadhu came to the village, and people told him, tum kya sadhu hai? Sadhu bolenge to ye hamare maharaj, ye hamare maharaj. Itne bade gyani hai, pura indriya hai, khali pani pee ke jite hain. वो गांव का जो राजा है, the king of the village is also coming, and उसके पैर पड़ता है, and he's praising, पूरे दिन माला सब होती है ऐसा. Now the sadhu told, I am going to drink nothing for the 1 week, and I am going to just do the austerity. तप करूँगा मैं किधर कुटिया में बैठ के. अरे public, or see, this is a real impression. This is what is happening. जितना The people told, now this another sadhu comes and he says, oh, what sadhu you are? This is the sadhu. He is doing the त्याग. कितने बड़े महात्मा है, खाली पानी पी के रहते हैं, ऐसा वैसा, हाँ हवा खा के रहते हैं. 4th week only हवा, हाँ बाहर निकाला. Sadhu is saying, oh wow, he is a great guy. He has not changed anything. Oh, दुबला भी नहीं हुआ. He is not gone slimmer. He is all well. And says, look at him. He is the person. Something to be followed. So this other sadhu was a normal sadhu, he doesn't go for those things. So he told, yeah, it is okay, it is good, I can see what you are doing. And he is a great guy. He is a knowledgeable guy, no doubt, but he has gone on a wrong path. But he doesn't tell that. So he tells that, okay, let us do one thing. Every week on, say, for example, Saturday, you are coming on Saturday and you are sitting outside the hut for the whole night and you are doing the bhajan and all that. And then on the Sunday morning, you bring him out and all the king and everybody bow to him and everything. You do one thing. This week, you don't do that. Let us see what happens. So by the time it is Thursday, the sadhu is inside, he is listening. Oh, there is no halla gulla outside. There is nobody there. There is no bhajan. There is nothing happening. He is worried. What happened? What happened? Kya hua? Arey koi aaya nahi? Koi aaya nahi? Koi sunai nahi deta? Saturday, Friday comes, nothing. Saturday comes, nothing. He is worried now inside. What is happening? What is happening? And on Saturday morning, then two, सिपाही, छोटे से सिपाही थे, वो आके उसको बाहर एक ऐसे लकड़ी के इसके ऊपर बैठा दिया. बाप जी, thanks for coming. This is as per the instruction of the next sadhu. And then nobody there in the whole yard. There is no one to praise him. There is no one to praise him. There is no one to say Maharaj, Maharaj. There is no king coming. And then, at the end of the day on Sunday, they put him back again. Okay, Maharaj ji, we'll come again next Sunday. This sadhu goes in, and now, what is this? What we are talking about is the Indriya Nigraha. Remember, we should not lose it. For this sadhu, the feeding was what? The praise. Mana bhukhya. We call it the mana bhukhya. जिसकी भूख क्या है? मान है. उसको मान नहीं मिलेगा तो नहीं जिएगा. So after he was put in Monday, Tuesday, there is no noise also coming from the kutia. They opened it, the sadhu died. So meaning is that when we do the Indriya Nigraha, when we are told that, oh, Indriya Nigraha karo, Indriya control karo, it will jump into another one. आपने खाना खाने का बंद किया, क्यों? क्योंकि मुझे praise मिला. The praise is his food. So doing Indriya Nigraha is very challenging part. We have to remember that, how we do it. Otherwise, we will keep on listening. हम बचपन से सुनते हैं, हाँ इंद्रिय को वश में रखो, इंद्रिय करो. होती है? नहीं होती है. नहीं होती. और करनी भी नहीं चाहिए. Actually, इंद्रिय को वश में नहीं करना चाहिए. People will laugh. Oh, you are telling Gita and you are telling the इंद्रिय को वश में नहीं करना चाहिए. जरूर से नहीं करना चाहिए. इंद्रिय को वश में करेंगे तो आपको आनंद नहीं मिलेगा जिंदगी का. इंद्रिय को वश में किया, आज से मैं गुलाब जामुन नहीं खाऊंगा. वो पूरे सपने में भी गुलाब जामुन ही आएगा आपको. आप नहीं छोड़ सकते उसको. We are प्रकृति. Remember, we are made of प्रकृति. हम जिससे पैदा हुए हैं, हम जो प्रकृति है, हमारा जो अन्नमय कोश है, वो मांगेगा ही. उसको नहीं छोड़ सकते हम. तो कैसे करेंगे? That is what the training which is given by this shloka. Atma Sanyama. We took the example of the girl who is delivering the baby. She will not eat wrong food. Why? My baby will become sick. Automatic Sanyam. For the cause, for the love. And that is why the whole Murti Puja, why we are coming to temple is same thing actually. The love towards the God. मैं तेरा लड़का हूँ, मैं तेरी लड़की हूँ, मैं तेरा काम करूँगा, तूने जो कहा है वो मैं करूँगा. What you told, I will do that. With my capacity and with my whatever knowledge what I have. Swakarmana tamar bachcha siddhi viddhati manav. That is what the real work is. सनातन धर्म क्या है? ऐसे नहीं. हमारे आई ऑलवेज से दैट हमारे हमारे जो भगवान है उनने तो शादी भी बनाई है, इतने अच्छे अच्छे गहने डाले हैं, इतने अच्छे अच्छे कपड़े डाले हैं. एंड देन वी आर टेलिंग दैट हु इज द मोस्ट धार्मिक, हु हैज लेफ्ट एवरीथिंग. बाबा कौन बड़े हैं? जिन्होंने शादी नहीं बनाई, जिन्होंने भगवा डाला, जो कोई आभूषण नहीं डालते, उसको हम बड़ा भक्त मानते हैं. और भक्त किसका? भगवान का. कौन से भगवान? ये भगवान. आयरनी दिख रही है. It's irony. If I say that I am a follower of some industrialist and all that, बड़ा industrialist को मैं follow करता हूँ, तो you will follow his method. This is one of the biggest irony. We do not understand it. So Indriya Nigraha, one of the biggest parts, the mind controls all the senses and all the parts. So we have to make sure that the force of the another sense cannot impact us. Another sense should not impact us. We can get liberation completely and true liberation. If we do partially, we cannot do the liberation. Partially nahi hota. It's not possible. मैं त्यागी हूँ. I always joked at my friends who were doing the fasting. I don't eat non-vegetarian on Thursday. Why? It is a pious day. मैं वो दिन पे ऐसा खाना नहीं खाता क्योंकि वो बहुत pious day है. So I asked, other days are not pious. Why not other days? नहीं, आपको पता है कि ये खाने से गलत है, तो थर्सडे को नहीं खाना और बाकी दिनों पे खाना, ये कैसे इंटेलेक्चुअली कन्विंसिंग है? It's not. It's not. When you are living, you have to live it in complete way, completely. And that is why this shloka, that Atma Sanyama, through this, all the senses, all the 5 karmendriya and 5 gyanendriya, the knowledge part and the action part of senses will be all together, will be dissolved, will be sanyama through the knowledge. That is what is important. And how, so in that what is given? The mind is given away. हमारा जो मन है वो उसको दे दिया, cause के लिए दे दिया, यज्ञ के लिए दे दिया. The mind is given for the yajna. This is what it is. Mind is given for the yajna. And remember, again, remember, we talked about it. Yajna doesn't mean only pious. Yajna मतलब खाली भगवान का काम, बड़ा काम, अच्छा काम ऐसा नहीं है. We already took example of Ravan. We took example of Bali Raja. यज्ञ कोई भी हो सकता है. और उसमें इंद्रियों को कैसे भी आप डाल सकते हो. एक पैर पर खड़ा रह गया. रावण gave all his heads to ब्रह्मा. उसने अपने सिर काट के देने लगे. ऐसा. So this is what it is. Remember, this we are talking about the technology part. We are talking about the methodology in the thing. ये intellectual चीज है. इसमें कहीं भी भगवान नहीं है. इसमें कहीं भी भक्ति नहीं है. यहाँ भगवान भक्ति ऐसा शब्द ही नहीं है. ये टेक्नोलॉजी है. You are made of a material world, material body. Material body needs its own purpose for living and continuing the life, and that is why it is going to ask. The things which are more convincing and more giving you the fun, you will be trying to go more and more, and you will start dipping into it and get into addiction sometimes. This is a complete science. It's a psychology, it's a physiology. It's a physiology. So the fire here, yajna, the word here is that fire in the knowledge. Important part is the fire of the knowledge with the controlled mind. And this controlling comes from the strong intellect, where the true knowledge is established. So next question in our that our senses are doing thousands of activities. हमारी senses thousands of activity करती है. तो कौन से टाइप के यज्ञ में कौन से टाइप की इंद्रिय को यूज करेंगे, कैसे करेंगे? Which type of yajna, which type of indriyas? Next question is that our senses are doing thousands of activities. So what and how should they be offered in the yajna? And that is why the next shloka is there. Next shloka उसके लिए है. So if somebody says that मैं पतिव्रता हूँ, 4 दिन के लिए हूँ, 3 दिन के लिए नहीं हूँ, ऐसा कोई अगर हमारे बहन जी बोलेंगे तो नहीं चलेगा. पतिव्रता should be all the time. छोड़ दिया तो सब इंद्रियों को साथ में छोड़ दिया. Yeah, you left all the indriyas together, and through the Atma Sanyama, Juvati Jnana Deepite. भस्म कर देते हैं, ज्ञान से उसको भस्म कर देते. क्या भस्म कर देते हैं? The greed को भस्म करते हैं, इंद्रिय को भस्म नहीं करते. So I will go to the next shloka, that how then these indriyas will be consumed in various types of yajnas. So if somebody asks you, you can boast also that which type of yajnas are given in Gita. So Gita is explaining 5 types of yajnas. 5 types of yajnas. And these are characteristics. Remember, it is not that 5 type means small one, big one, medium one. No, not like that. It is the characteristic of the yajna. It is a characteristics. There are 5 different ways, characteristics in which the yagyas are offered. So I will do the chanting of the shloka and then we'll go further. Dravya yagya, stapo yagya, yoga yagya, stata pare, swadhyaya jnana yagyascha, yataya sansita vrataha. 5 types of yagya the God has told here. Dravya yagna, tapa yagya, yoga yagya, swadhyaya yagya, and jnana yagya. These 5 methods, big one. First one, we will take dravya yagya. Dravya means material. The yagya is done through the material. They give away money, wealth, whatever they possess, in whatever way. And it's not only rich, even poor people. Yeah. मंदिर में आके दान पेटी में 25 cent डालते हैं, वो भी वही है. It doesn't matter how much, very important part. It doesn't matter how much. It matters from what. That is very important here. It matters from what. We already know the story, Buddha or the poor beggar woman. The poor beggar woman is giving half of her cloth to Buddha and Buddha is receiving it. Buddha ne le liya. Big rich people were putting their clothes and ornaments at the feet of the Buddha and Buddha is not accepting it. And then this poor woman from behind the tree, why? Because she is giving away half of her clothes, she will not be covering herself full. So she is calling Buddha, Buddha come, and Buddha goes to him and she gives half of her cloth to Buddha and Buddha receives it. What does it show? It's not important how much you are giving, it is important from what you are giving. From what you are giving. And that is why it is very important to study and to do the thing. हम हर रोज मंदिर जाते हैं, हर रोज 3 घंटा भजन करते हैं. क्यों? Because I am now retired, I am 80-year-old, I have got nothing to do, I have got enough money. And so what I am doing? I am spending my time going to the mandir. I am spending my time going to the temple. I am spending 3 hours, 5 hours a day. You already have nothing to do. So people go, we already know that. We know how many people and what kind of people come to the temple. But a person who is very busy, student, married people, people with young kids, they spend 15 minutes at their home, not even going to the temple. 15 minutes at home, but doing one माला करते हैं, जो समझ में आता है, वाह, श्लोक बोलते हैं, माला करते हैं, भगवान जी को अगरबत्ती चलाते हैं, जो कुछ भी, whatever in their mind, but they are doing it every day. 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes only 5 minutes, but every day. पूरे ध्यान से 5 मिनट भी करते हैं. It is much more than a retired person coming for 5 hours in the temple. So remember, it is not how much, it is from what. मैं बिजी था, उसमें से मैंने कितना टाइम निकाला भगवान जी के लिए, कितना टाइम निकाला अच्छे काम के लिए. Even in schools also, here it is taught. I know, my daughter was there in the school and she was telling that, I have to go to this volunteering 1 hour a week. And I was telling, what difference does it make? 1 hour a week? That doesn't make any sense. Like, you are going for just 1 hour in a week. How does it count? No, it counts a lot. And I asked her, how? It is a persistence. For the whole year, I went for 1 hour to this old age home. Only 1 hour in the week. And that is considered as a great volunteering in the schools here. It is considered as a great. How much you are giving from your possession is what is important. So dravya yagya, how much you are giving, and dravya, here it is material world, so dravya is material. Material world, how much from the material you are giving, that is important. Dravya yagya. So what does dravya yagna consist of? Dravya yagya consists of what? You are giving. So people will say, I am giving this, I gave this. But there are so many examples in dravya yagya. What is the wealth? It is the number one question. What is wealth? मैंने द्रव्य दिया. What is wealth? We say wealth means what? Lot of money, bank balance. Huh? I've got lot of ornaments, good clothes, big house, cars. That is wealth. That is in our mind. You ask a 3-year-old girl who is having a broken doll in her hand, and you ask her, what is the most precious thing in our house? And she will show the broken doll. Isn't it? हाँ, टूटी हुई डॉल जो है, वो लड़की बोलेगी, 2 साल 3 साल की लड़की, 3-year-old गर्ल, उसको पूछो सबसे प्रेशियस कौन है? मेरी डॉल, मेरी ढिंगली. हाँ, उसके लिए वो प्रेशियस है. उसके लिए पिताजी के बैंक में $1 billion प्रेशियस नहीं है. So what is wealth? You have to remember what is wealth. The wealth is what you think important in your life. Material world में. That is your wealth. That is your wealth. It doesn't matter how much it is price or cost. It is not important to the price tag. Again going to the same example of Buddha and the old beggar woman. भिखारी जो औरत थी, बूढ़ी औरत. What is the price of that cloth? Nothing. It is झाड़ू को मारने के लिए भी, पोछा मारने के लिए भी काम में नहीं आएगा. But it's not that. So remember, the wealth is what? The thing which you find important. Important तुम्हारे जिंदगी में क्या लगता है? You ask a young person, तुम्हारी जिंदगी में important क्या है? मेरा time. I asked a girl, I met her, I told her, because I have to learn. I am coming from the old school, so I have to learn. Gen Z. I have to learn from the Gen Z. So I always say, I joke it. शिष्यस्ते हम आपके शिष्य हैं. आप समझाइए हमें. I met her and she is telling me. मैंने पूछा तुम्हारे लिए क्या what is the definition of life? नहीं मेरी कुछ life नहीं है. Yeah, she was in no frills. I met her. कुछ life नहीं है, क्या नहीं. मैंने okay, what is your definition for the life? नहीं, I should meet my friends. Okay. I should be having a fun time with them. Okay, fun time, going out, going for dance party and all that. That is important for her. That is why Gen Z is that. We have to learn the old people. Yeah. We are old people. We have to learn what the new generation is thinking about. So I ask her, so now the wealth, what is wealth for her? Fun with the friends, time with the friends, going out. Are you giving 2 minutes from that? 2 minutes. That is a wealth. The definition of wealth, the dravya yagya, is not only materially to be thought about, that humne bhai $5,000 I gave to the temple. No, not that way. Wealth is one which you think important in your life, and with that important thing, how much you are ready to share for the cause. ये द्रव्य यज्ञ है. द्रव्य यज्ञ is not only कि हमने यज्ञ किया, उसमें फला ने $10,000 डोनेशन दिया, फला ने $5,000 डोनेशन दिया, फला ने 7 दिनों तक लोगों को खिलाने के लिए फ्री में फूड दिया. It is there. We cannot say no. But important part is remember, क्योंकि नहीं तो गरीब आदमी बोलेगा कि मैं क्या दूंगा, मैं यज्ञ में क्या डालूं, क्या खाली भगवान पैसे वालों के लोगों के लिए है, ऐसा पूछेगा. He is the God only for the rich people because they can give and I cannot. Dravya yagya, we have to understand, because many people translate this. Translation आप देखिए, you go to Google, AI, अभी तो बहुत सारे information है available. जरूरत भी नहीं. अपनी संपत्ति को अर्पित करते हैं. They write अपनी संपत्ति क्या है? छोटी बच्ची के लिए उसकी टूटी हुई गुड़िया is a संपत्ति. For a young person, the fun time is my sampati. You stay for another 8 hours, we will give you overtime. No, I don't want it. I am going with my friends to Niagara. That is my sampati. That is my dravya. That is my, जो चीज को आपको precious लगती है. So dravya yagya is the thing which you feel precious, you are giving it. Partially, fully, how much is a different part. That's a different part. That depends on how much you are feeling the importance of the cause. Simple है. Youth are not coming to the temple. हमारे जितने भी हैं temples में सब लोग, जो हमारे बूढ़े लोग बैठते हैं, हम सब लोग, नए जनरेशन आता नहीं है. क्यों नहीं आता? उसको importance नहीं पता है. उसको importance पता रहेगी तो आएंगे. Because they know the cause now. They are not convinced. What is the wealth? They are not knowing the definition of wealth. And why? Because it is not explained to them. So dravya yagya, What is the priority? Setting the priority in the life. What is good for me in life has to be understood. And that is to be given. Out of that, उसमें से कितना देते हैं? उसमें से कितना देते हैं? That is Dravya Yagya. In a very nutshell, actually each of these is a very long, very big topic discussion. We can't do that. We have to, complete the whole shloka. So from what? And then second part of it is, it means sharing. आप कितना share कर सकते हो without a reason. This is very important. Without a reason. Some people give, but they mentally do not give. I will give an example, a very simple example. I will say that we had and this is a real life scenario. We had an occasion where we had to make a pichwai. In the temple there is a backdrop which is coming for the god. So there is a pichwai. That is called as a pichwai in Hindi. The backdrop. And this backdrop was to be done by so many people together. So everybody were given 1 foot by 1 foot cloth in which they have to do the embroidery, and then all that 1 foot by 1 foot will be combined and it will become a pichwai. Something like that. So the pichwai was made and everything was done, and I was telling, wow, it's a great work. Everybody put their time and effort and all that. So there is one lady sitting next to me. She's telling me, oh, do you see that pichwai? And I say, yeah, it's very good. And then she's telling, oh, do you see the third from the top and fourth from the right, that square over there? And I say, yeah, that's a good one also. And she's telling, I made it. I made it and I put that one, so that square is made by me. Okay, you've given your time, you've given your effort, but you're not actually given. You've still got it here. Giving means what? जो दे दिया उसको दे दिया, फिर उसको हाथ में नहीं रखना है. That is Dravya Yagya. आप जो important समझते हैं वो आपने दे दिया. There is very similar teaching. There is very similar teaching done in schools here also. Every kid is supposed to bring one toy from their home, and then what they are told, give your toy to the next person. Junior KG, 3-year-old, 4-year-old people, give your toy to the other person. The kid is so hesitant. Kid is very, very hesitant to give the toy. मेरा toy है, मैं कैसे दूसरे को दे दूँ? कैसे दे दूँ? And then they are told, no, you will get it back, you will get it back. और फिर उसका टॉय वो देते हैं, फिर दूसरे का टॉय ऐसे घूम के आता है. Then they are getting other people toy. This is sharing. जहाँ गीता नहीं बनी वो भी गीता को ही फॉलो करते हैं. द्रव्य यज्ञ, तपो यज्ञ, द्रव्य यज्ञ, यही द्रव्य यज्ञ है. तुम्हारे को जो अच्छा लगता है वो मैं दे सकता हूँ. Even temporarily in somebody's hand, दे सकते हो. That is why कन्यादान, when we say कन्यादान, what is that? जिन कन्या धन को दान दियो वो और कोई दान दियो न दियो, जिनके हृदय श्री राम वो और कोई नाम लियो न लियो. दैट इज अ भजन. व्हाई? कन्यादान. इतने प्यार से जो बच्ची को बड़ा किया है, वो किसी एक लड़के के हाथ में दे दिया, जा तू लेके जा, तू अब से उसके साथ में रहना. कितना बड़ा त्याग है. दैट इज व्हाई द सॉन्ग. जिन कन्या धन को दान दियो वो और कोई दान दियो न दियो. और कोई दान देने की जरूरत नहीं है. क्यों? What it means? It means that the most loved thing which you have, you have given it away. You have given away to someone unknown. Father has given it. That is what it is. So we will go further. It's already 6:45. We will go further on the shloka number 28 and go further on the types of yajna. I've got an announcement for next 2 Wednesdays. I am not here. I am traveling. So I am going out of Canada and I will be traveling. I will be seeing my, my kid and all. So there will be no pravachan for next 2 weeks, and it will be anadhyay. And the next pravachan will be on 4th of March. So till then, I wish everyone a good time. Remember, pravachan anadhyay doesn't mean that we are not going to study. We can still open Shrimad Bhagwat Gita and open the book, look at the shlokas, try to chant them, and try to understand them more better way, like that. So I wish everyone a good time till then, and we will meet again on 4th of March, Wednesday, 6 to 6:45, again at Jayadurga Temple. Vasudevasutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Para Brahma, Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah.